Do we want to try and just start it, Ben? You good with that?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
I don't have my script, but welcome to the Monday, December 15th, 2025. We just
Design
review committee meeting.
Yep.
I'll let members and staff introduce themselves.
Rebecca, member.
Meredith Crandall, staff.
Martha Smirsky, member.
Benjamin Cheney, member. And Meredith, will you review the remote meeting procedure minutes?
Yes.
Process?
Yes, will do. I'm going to keep this really brief because Martha's the only one we have on remotely. Okay. So for anyone viewing tonight's design review committee meeting via ORCA Media, you can participate in the discussion through the Zoom platform, either by typing this link into your web browser. Oh, something not working. Oh, okay. Okay. Typing this link into your web browser, or from any telephone, you can dial in using this number, and when prompted, put in this meeting ID. If you're having problems accessing the meeting, please email me at mcrandall@montpelier-vt.org. For those attending via Zoom, turning your video on is optional. We do ask that everyone attending remotely keep your microphone on mute when you're not speaking. This will help reduce background noise. Note that the Zoom chat function should only be used for troubleshooting or logistics questions, and questions or comments about items on the agenda need to be made verbally. In the event the public is unable to access tonight's meeting, it will need to be continued to a time and place certain. I'll now hand the meeting back over to the vice chair.
Next is approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Rebecca, I'll put a motion to approve the agenda.
Okay, this is Martha. I'll second it.
Fantastic. Here we go. All right. First item on the agenda is 707 Stonecutters Way. Applicant Mary, is that how I say that? Yeah, Mahali. Yeah, come on up. Tell us all about it. And please speak into the microphone.
Yeah, that way the anyone remote can hear you, but also we can move that to between you. If you lift it up and over the laptop, the cord should go. And then just make sure you've stated both of your names for the record, and so that the minute taker can have them.
Okay, my name is Mary Mullally. I'm the general manager of the Hunger Mountain Co-op.
Leo Ormiston, facilities manager of Hunger Mountain Co-op.
Okay, I'm having a lot of trouble hearing them.
Okay, she just turned it up. Give it a shot now.
Okay. Hello, my name is Mary Mullally. I'm the general manager of the Hunger Mountain Co-op. Can you hear okay now?
Yes, thank you.
Leo Ormiston, facilities manager of Hunger Mountain Co-op.
Okay.
Thank you for having us here tonight. We appreciate being put on the agenda. We are here to talk about, as you've seen in the packets, our request for about screening and use of the property. So I'll give a little bit of an overview. Martha, still hearing okay? Yep. Okay, great. So a little bit of an overview. We're planning to use the property for storage, employee parking, and office space. So I believe you saw in the proposal also that there's a ramp component of it, but that will need to actually be included in a separate permit. We're still waiting on quotes from the contractor. So we'll just wait for that until another time. As far as screening, we're hoping we could talk about that a bit today. So we're open to whatever, right? But we're just making requests based on our limited understanding, I will say. It's our first delving into this with you, so thanks for bearing with us. So we're requesting the use of existing screening that's currently in place on the city's property that's parallel to ours. Which, yes. Our property is paved, as you can see, and doesn't provide a suitable option for planting at this time. So that's one possibility. Also, the line striping cost for creating the parking spaces is anticipated to be less than $2,000. And we're asking that it considered to be de minimis and not require screening based on Montpelier's Unified Development Standards, Chapter 3, Screening Section 3203.17A. I think I got that.
Oh.
So I just want to add too that we of course don't know what we'll do long term, and we're happy to revisit this. This is more short term for us and just using it right now. And like I said, happy to revisit other whatever anyway. But because we don't know what's going on in the future, we just wanted to start here.
So as I understand it, your intention is to use this basically as parking and also for storage. Is that correct?
Yes, and office space.
Okay. So do you expect a lot of personnel going in and out over the day?
Yes.
Okay.
So
But-
our current parking lot for customers
Mm-hmm.
often ends up being used also by staff. And so this is a welcome relief for us to have additional parking space for our employees. Because what we're hearing from customers regularly is that they're frustrated with our parking lot. There's not enough space, and then they just end up leaving. And so we're looking for adequate parking both for staff and our customers to help, future growth for our organization.
But you don't anticipate any customers parking in this area?
No, we do not.
Okay.
But you are expecting your staff to walk down Stonecutters Way.
No, we do not.
That,
So this was I know that had that in there. So I can show you, we had a little mix up in what was being shown on there and what was included in the scanned version. So give me just a second and I'm going to share this on the screen. But I've got to change what's being shared. So the expectation is that they'll go down to the crosswalk and get on the shared use path. And go down the shared use path. Because there's currently fencing all the way around this parcel.
That was my next question, whether it was fenced in.
I think it's a cute expectation.
And I'll add too that we currently have off-site parking already. So this is all going down Stonecutters Way is already an existing expectation for our staff. So it's not outside of the norm.
right, they already used the bike path.
I mean, and I know that there is already sort of a trail. You can even see it in this photo of like people walking that.
Sure.
And my guess is that will get.
Oh, you mean this one right here?
Yeah.
No,
No.
Or you
No.
mean down here?
Yes.
Parallel to the fence line,
Yeah.
you can see it in this satellite image. You
Yeah.
can kind of see that footpath.
Yeah, I think in
It's
the
unintended, but exists.
I think in the summer months that will definitely happen. So the Department of Public Works, especially because this is not anticipated to be long term, was okay with
Yep.
because the shared use path was there.
Yeah.
They definitely would prefer, if it were possible, to have there be something here if this was going to be, and if this was going to be a permanent situation, they would definitely want, because people like to go the shortest route
Sure
possible.
do.
And so, but you put in the application packet that the intention was to keep the fence up
Yes.
and
for
just
now.
remove the
Yeah.
barbed wire at the top.
That's
Razor wire, sorry, at the
Yeah.
top.
And that's because we don't yet know
No, I get
what
it.
we're doing
Yeah.
with the
I
property and need
Yeah.
to know it before that comes to
I see it as a
clarity.
temporary solution that lets this happen, but is not a good permanent solution.
Yeah, and so that's the question is, if the design review committee, for my purposes, is the zoning administrator, because this is going to the DRB, them having any guidance from you on if this were to be a longer term thing, say, if we're hitting year 3 and it's still being used the same way, is there do you have ideas on what you might want to see, or would you just want to see it come back to design review committee to get a more thorough review on a proposal for some more advanced screening?
Yeah, I think until we actually see how people are using it and some design professionals weigh in on solutions, I don't know that we're going to come up with a solution here that is adequate.
I agree. I agree. Since this is temporary, I'm tending to think that's okay. But I'd like to see it come before us before we have anything more permanent.
The only thing that comes to mind for me on like what would make sense is the plantings that you have in between the divider of your current parking lot is lovely and would continue and actually make the whole area kind of cohesive, but it would just be if you wanted to put plants in, that would be my recommendation. What's there now is lovely. It'd be repeating it. But if they're all going to get ripped out in a couple of years, then I don't think that makes sense.
And that's what we're trying to avoid also.
Yeah.
And certainly once we have a plan, then yes, green space.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
welcome that.
Cool. All right.
One thing that was important to me, it appears that you don't intend to pave over anything that's not already paved. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, that was an important piece for me.
Oh, great.
Yeah, sorry, they're and you can say that a bunch of these are just not applicable,
Right.
If need be, because of that there's really there's not changes proposed that aren't just use changes.
Yep.
Sorry, Martha, I gave Ben the review form.
I forgot my
Mhm.
job.
Oh, it's okay. Since I don't normally put that in anybody's packets except for Steve's and mine, so I had to pass. But that's why I always have a copy too.
But we're probably supposed to approve this.
Right. You're
Just
supposed
a
to,
motion.
yes,
Yeah.
you're supposed to do some sort of approval and go through and look at, the criteria that are supposed to be applied somehow. There's not a whole lot in there. I think I filled that out correctly, although I had filled that out with thinking that the ramp was going to be part of the application that got pulled later. So a bunch of those are
Yeah.
now inapplicable at all. So it would really
Yeah.
be the landscaping and screening is the only thing I think that's applicable now because there's no changes to the building at all.
Right. Staff suggests not applicable, not applicable, not applicable.
Yeah. So I think the only thing now is the landscaping and screening, and it's basically the DRC being okay with it as a temporary situation to not add
Yeah.
more landscaping is the way I see it.
Number 16, landscaping, screening, and site furnishings. Projects within the design review overlay district and subject to landscaping requirements in section 3203 shall consider the following. A, site furnishings, including fencing, seating, and other types of site furniture visible from the street or side yards. B, does landscaping obscure or undermine key architectural patterns or elements on historic buildings? C, mechanical equipment screening. And I think as we're discussing here, we're going to say what you're proposing is acceptable to leave the current screening and that this is a temporary solution. And when and if something else happens, please come back and let's talk about it.
Sounds great.
Sound good, Martha?
That sounds good to me. I'm a yes as a temporary
Well,
measure.
somebody has to make a motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or do the thing that Steve does where he's like, all those in favor.
Right.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the application as a temporary measure.
And this is Rebecca Owens, I'll second.
And then now we all get to vote.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Martha, your vote?
Yes.
Rebecca says yes.
And I say yes. Passes unanimously. This is fantastic.
I usually have notes.
You save the note for later, right?
Great. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
So
Somebody has to sign something. right?
yes, I mean, there's no conditions on there, so they don't have to,
Right.
but it helps with the paperwork. So Mary, if you can just sign the recommendation form, and then what's going to happen is I'll fold that and our emails about, the tweaks and about the ramp being pulled, fold that into the big application, and I will see you before the Development Review Board on the 5th.
Okay.
And so that's actually in 3 weeks. I think December has an extra Monday. Yep. And before that, probably by, I don't think what the weeks are like. Probably by the 30th. Maybe it'll be the 2nd, but hopefully by the 30th. I'll have all of those materials pulled together. There'll be a full staff report. And there's 2 applications on for that night. I'll talk to my chair about which to put first. I think yours might actually be the least have the least people showing up for it, but you never know. And you'll also get from me probably tomorrow, you'll get an email because we have to do a public hearing notice for that January 5th meeting. And so you'll want to come by and pick up, there's like a red Z you've got to put on the building to let anybody coming by know that there's going to be a public hearing, and you'll get a copy of what I send to the abutting property owners.
Okay,
So you'll hear from me tomorrow.
great.
Mary
Yeah.
gets to sign below my name.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
I shouldn't scratch says this is temporary. It's okay. But come back when you have big deal.
When you have your big ideas,
Yeah.
or even just a longer term middle idea. But there's so many possibilities.
I know.
I mean, we talked about so much stuff before you ended up buying it, and just there's so much that could be done. So
Exciting time.
it is.
Glad you guys chose to buy it. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Thank you all for your time this evening.
Thank
Thank-
you.
Do we get to go over the minutes?
Yeah. Please.
Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes?
Yeah, I have. I'll make a motion to accept the minutes for December 1st as they're written.
And Rebecca will second.
Sounds like we're going to do it.
I'm voting yes.
Rebecca says yes.
So do I. Minutes are approved. Fantastic. Is there anything else? Can we have a motion to adjourn?
Ooh. Yeah. Next meeting, January 5th.
Next meeting, January 5th.
Okay, I'll move to adjourn.
I'll second.
Meeting is adjourned.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great Yule season and Happy New Year.
Okay, thanks. We'll see you in the new year.
Sounds great.
I'm going to go run away to my cold dog.
Oh, no.